My family, what it do, y'all? This video gonna be in the dark today because I'm actually driving, and maybe I shouldn't be talking and driving, but who the hell cares? As long as I ain't doing nothing crazy, that's all that matters. My message for y'all today, right? And this has been harping on me a little bit these past couple days, right? I don't know if those of you who are watching tuned into the halftime show where Bad Bunny was performing. Those of y'all that don't know, I'm actually Puerto Rican and Italian. So, you know, Bad Bunny is right now the #1 artist in the world. And, you know, he performed, for those of y'all that didn't know, at the halftime show. His performance was something that honestly I didn't expect, and the reason I say that is because of the energy that I felt from the performance itself. I had like this overwhelming feeling of just like joy on the inside. Like it was almost like the inside of me was like dancing and like vibing, and I could actually feel the music, you know, like I could actually feel the energy, right? And to be honest, it felt like it was my ancestors or something, like just hitting me, like as he was performing. The reason I bring this up is because, you know, some of you that might have watched might have felt the same way. Some of you might have watched and been like, what the hell is this guy talking about? Moral of the story, and the whole point I'm trying to make here is how important it is to actually tap into your roots and your heritage, right? There were a lot of generations that came before you, right? There was a lot of people that had to sacrifice and went through struggles and hardships that you might not even know of, or you might not have ever even experienced in your life at this point. You know, these people had to find out what their next meal was, right? Like, think about it now. Like, we can wake up and know when our next meal is gonna be, or we can wake up and go to a pantry and see a whole, you know, pantry full of food, or a whole refrigerator full of food. Our ancestors and the people that were here before us didn't know what they were eating for their next meal. They had to go hunt, right? They had to set traps. They had to get clever, right? If they did not hunt, they did not eat. Okay? Like, really think about that. Like, we've got it so good this day and age because everything is within reach. Food, water, shelter, it's all within arm's reach, right? Now, the whole point of me bringing up ancestors and, you know, the heritage and stuff is there is power from your ancestors that you may not know of or may have never tapped into, right? So it is super important, right? It doesn't matter what age you are, but learn about your history, okay? Learn about your family history. Learn about where you truly come from, right? Learn about the different, you know, struggles and things that your people had to go through for you to actually be here, right? If you know, you look at some of the most wealthy families, like the people that run the world. You know, I'm not gonna say any names, but I'm sure that you guys are somewhat familiar with it. The people who actually run the world have such a deep rooting into their family, their traditions, and they keep these things alive, okay? The system that operates today, that is in place for humans, is designed to break up that family heritage. It's designed to, you know, for you to forget your roots. All right. It's designed for you to not tap into that power that comes from your ancestors. Okay. If you were to compare what I'm saying to like a movie, right? Think of the Black Panther, right? When King T'Challa had to go, when he basically was becoming the new Black Panther, he had to, you know, get in the I don't know it like 100%, but basically what I know is he had to get in the soil. He had to lay in the soil and drink the serum, and from that point he was able to connect to his ancestors. And all of the previous Black Panthers before him were speaking to him and were there and present, right? So I'm not saying to lay down in dirt and go drink some serum, but what I'm saying is to learn about your history, right? Embrace it, because that is where you come from, right? That is your roots. And last but not least, carry and keep that energy of your ancestors alive. All right? There are energies right now in this world that we can't see, okay? From a human eye, from a human perspective, we cannot see, right? But we have the ability to feel, right? So if you can feel energy and you can harness that energy from your ancestors and you actually feel that, that is power. That is power that you can use, okay? That is power that is the ancestors, right? Your heritage is granting you, right? They're giving you that, so you can actually make a change with that. You can actually do something positive with that energy that you get, right? So if you took nothing away from today's message, just take this, okay? Tap into your history, all right? Learn your roots. I suggest ask maybe your grandparents, right? Ask your grandparents about their heritage, right? If you've got the benefit of still having your, you know, great grandparents around, ask them, right? Ask them how, you know, how was it growing up for them? Ask them about their parents, right? If they know, if your great grandparents know about their grandparents, think about how many lines of generations you just went back, right? So tap in, all right? Be willing to learn and embrace who you are and where you came from, because we are in a day and age where you can make anything happen in your lifetime, and you have the ability to change the narrative for your lineage, right? You have the ability, if your lineage is, you know, comes from broken people, or, you know, you come from a lineage where, you know, I don't know, maybe you guys were poor, you know, your whole life, and all your ancestors were poor, which, you know, may or may not be the case, right? But realize the power you have to change that, okay? Your last name, right? Whatever last name you hold right now can be known and hold a lot more power than what it actually has right now. So tap into that energy, learn about your past, embrace it, and use that power you get from your lineage to do better and make an impact on the world. I love y'all, and I hope y'all been taking care of yourselves. Till next time, my brothers and sisters, peace.